Hello viewers, welcome to our lecture series on marketing management, and today we are going to start another new topic which is very interesting and significant also, that is called product packaging and labeling. And in this very topic of product labeling and packaging, we need to understand that why this packaging has gained so much of significance and importance, and so many aspects of this packaging is being discussed nowadays, because it has emerged as fifth P of marketing mix. Four P's we already discussed: product, price, place and promotion, and the fifth one is packaging, which is being added as another significant tool in the hands of a marketer in the name of marketing mix. So, I will be telling you about the purposes of packaging, and we will be discussing about the functions, benefits and types of packaging, and also the packaging materials, and what are the recent trends in packaging that also becomes a topic of immense and significant point of discussion, immense importance and significant point of discussion, where we will be talking about how to evaluate a product's packaging and what are the recent trends in packaging. So, keeping that in mind, I thought that we must discuss about the packaging as a topic into the list of marketing mix. That is, after discussing about the product, we should talk about the packaging and labeling. When we talk about packaging and labeling, we need to understand that they go hand in hand, and we need to first understand what is packaging all about. Packaging includes all activities which actually focus on the development of a container and a graphic design for a product. So, whatever covering or whatever container you are offering to a product, that is actually forming part of packaging. So, it includes all activities or any activity which you are performing in order to focus on the development of a container, and it includes the graphic design for a product as well. A package may have three levels. When we talk about the different levels of packaging, it may have three levels. First is the primary package, which is actually very much close to the product, to the physical product, or you can say it is having that intimacy with the product, and that is called primary package, and it is the container of the product. For instance, we can see the bottle or jar or a tube in which that product is being filled. For instance, if we talk about a toothpaste, so the tube of that toothpaste is becoming the primary package, and because it contains the product, the real product which we are going to use. So, the bottle, jar, container or tube, whatever is the type of container, depending upon the type of product and the size of the product, that would be called as a primary package. So, primary package is the first level of packaging, wherein you are designing a container to contain, which contains the product, the actual product which we are going to offer to our customers. Then comes the second level, the secondary package. Secondary package is a box of cardboard, you can say, or some other material which contains the primary package. So, it is an additional packaging beyond that primary package, that is why we call it secondary package. And it is normally it is of cardboard or some other material, depending upon the type of the product, and it contains a primary package. And the last is, which is called as the third level of packaging, is tertiary packaging. That is the shipping package, which contains more units of secondary package, and that is for the transportation purposes only. So, if you talk to me as a customer, that I have to explain explain the aspects of packaging, I would say that customer only knows about the primary and secondary package. Tertiary packaging is basically used for transportation, and it is between the wholesaler, manufacturer, wholesaler and retailers only. Once it is being shipped to the retailer, retailer is going to offer you, or to offer you as a customer, the primary and secondary package, the actual product which we are receiving. So, the role of primary and secondary package is basically, it has multiple roles to play. Primary package, if you ask me, primarily its role is to offer security and safety to the product. So, product must reach in the same form in which it is intended to reach, in which you are intending that your customer should get it in that form. That is called primary package. So, it has multiple roles, but apart from that, the primary role of the primary package is to offer safety and security to the product, so that it should not spoil the quality of the product, and without causing any damage to the quality of the product, you should ensure that product must reaches to the customer, to the target customer, the person who is buying. So the last is the shipping package, which contains more units of a secondary package. As I told you, it has only the transportation purpose. But when we talk about packaging, the word labeling also comes in front of us. So a label may be a part of package. That is why we should discuss packaging and labeling together. A label is basically a part of package, or it may be a tag which is attached to the product. Now there are certain objectives behind giving the labeling on a product or offering a labeling on a product. So the labels basically perform a descriptive function which is related to the product source, its contents, important features and benefits, instructions to use, cautions and warnings, storage instructions, batch number, date of manufacturing, expiry date, best before, and of course the price also. So normally when we look at a packaging, a secondary packaging, we very often find that label over there, and on that label these are the certain informations. There are certain informations which are offered to us starting from the manufacturer's name, batch number, date of manufacturing, date of expiry or best before, depending upon the type of product. So it is actually giving multiple informations to the customers, which about which customers are willing to know. Your customer may wish to know that what are the key ingredients of this product which we are buying. So at times you find the same labeling on both the packaging, that is primary package also and secondary package also. So on primary package also all the details are given, they are printed, and they also perform the duty of labels or labeling, and likewise the same information is being printed on the secondary package. So you can find that both are identical in terms of their color, designing features, and their graphical designing, their printing and everything. Wherein there are certain manufacturers who make a choice that there are certain informations which are given on the primary package and detailed information is given on the secondary package, and their intention is that the customer must keep both the packaging together just to offer safety to the primary package. So labeling is basically a part of packaging. So you can say if you discuss packaging, labeling is already included into that, and we should discuss them together to understand what is the role of the key role of labeling. So the important features, as I told you, the key ingredients of the product, and nowadays even the type of the product which you are using, whether it is having a vegetarian tag or non-vegetarian tag. So those colors are being given. If it is having a green symbol, it indicates that it is a vegetarian product, and if it is not green, it is red, it is having a content of non-vegetarian ingredients into that. So labeling has multiple roles to play. So whatever information you wish to convey to your customers, about which you feel that customers must know, they are being printed on a tag which is being known as labeling. It can be a tag, it can be printed on the secondary package itself. So basically if you ask me about the packaging, I would say it is nothing but the public face of a product. It is the public face of a product, which means it is a form in which the product is being presented to the customers. So what is packaging? I would say all the containers and wrapping materials which are used to protect, contain, identify, promote and make the use of the product easy. So if any wrapping material or any container is performing these duties, you may call it to be a part of packaging. You may call it packaging. So packaging doesn't mean only wrapping, packaging doesn't mean only the container. Whatever you are doing to protect, contain, identify, it has multiple roles to play. The first role is to protect the product. As I told you that safety of the product is the most significant task which packaging is supposed to perform. So when we talk about protecting the quality of the product, which means if the product is supposed to be kept away from the sunlight, from the direct heat, then of course those instructions are being mentioned and that protection is being needed. So the packaging need to protect, contain, it should identify, also promote the product and make the use of the product easy so that customers may find it easy to use. There are certain instructions that how to use it. So what do I mean by facilitate the use of a product? How it helps in facilitating the use of a product? It gives those instructions that how to open it up and how to use that. So all those instructions, they form part of the product's packaging. Now you must be thinking that packaging, why we are discussing this much about packaging and labeling, it is only it is only containing the product. But nowadays, with the increasing significance of packaging, packaging has multiple roles to play. It has also a role, a tacit role of promotional benefits. It also has some promotional benefits which nowadays marketers are using increasingly. Label, I told you that label is basically informative tag, wrapper or seal which is attached to the product or the product's package, and it actually offers information. So whatever information you wish to convey to your customers, that label is having that ability to offer this information to you. So what kind of information does it present? As I told you that it will give you the brand name, it will give you the ingredient, instructions, how to open or dispose, guarantees, warranties, danger warning. Suppose if it is a medicine and it comes under the scheduled drug category, so you cannot sell it over the counter. You need the doctor's prescription to sell it, or before selling it you need a doctor's prescription. So those warnings are also given on that particular product, and for certain products you have to write the instructions that it should be kept away from the reach of the children. So all those instructions are being printed on that label. For instance, suppose if I talk about brand name, Coca-Cola is writing its name on that packaging. Ingredients are also mentioned, that what exactly it includes, what are the key ingredients of this product. So every information you are providing depending upon the type of the product, and at times even how to open or dispose is also being used, how to dispose that particular packaging, that is also mentioned. So labeling is basically having a role of information. It is having an informative role, that you have to inform whatever communication you want to make to your customers related to the type of products, its ingredients, its instructions, way of using, directions to use, everything is being given in that label, on that label. And if your product is that technical that the space of packaging doesn't suffice, or it is not sufficient to contain all the informations, then you offer additional printed material inside the secondary packaging, that these are the instructions to use. Instructors manual is also given along with the product. In case of technical goods, in case of any machinery, all those instructions are given on a separate sheet which is called as the instructions manual, but that doesn't form part of labeling. Labeling is basically a brief information about the product which contains all the relevant and key informations about the product. Now, what are the goals of the packaging? As I told you that packaging has emerged as a fifth P in the list of marketers toolbox. So it has multiple roles to play. Apart from offering protection and security to the product, nowadays it has an additional responsibility of promoting a company and its image. That your packaging speaks about your meticulousness, about your concern for the product, or concern for the customers interest, customers convenience. So you are promoting your company's name and image also. If your packaging is not good, and you are not able to provide the product in the same format in which it is intended to be, of course customer is going to get disappointed, that the product is good but packaging is very poor, and because of that packaging the customer may be reluctant to buy your product. So it not only offers protection to the product, but it also promotes a company and its image. So this is the first and the foremost role which packaging is going to perform. If we talk about the multiple roles of packaging, the second role is it is having that ability of giving an old product a new image. Suppose your product is having its own established market and customers are buying it, but due to with the passage of time, its packaging and other informations, the way it is being sold out, it is getting older. Then that packaging can actually revive that the image of that old product into a new one. So it has that ability of providing that new image to an old product. I can give you an instant example of it. If you look at the GD Pharmaceuticals over the counter selling product Purolin. So Borolin it has worked a lot on the part of packaging. It's an old product, but now it is being packaged in a new format. So apart from that traditional tube, now they are having that box also, small box also, in which they are offering. So it is giving that old product a new image, that yes, we are not less than the other brands which are being offered in this segment, and it is a product which is tried and tested, and people still buy it, and it has its own market share, significant market share. So this packaging has its own ability to offer this new image to the old product. Having said old product, I am only indicating towards the time that it is being used for very long. So this packaging, your product is having its own presence, there is no complaint about that. But yes, by simply changing the packaging, your product is actually, the old one is getting a new image, that company is working, it is in sync with the latest changes and developments in the market. The third role of packaging, if I have to explain, I would say it preserves the product for a time period. Of course, every product nowadays, it has some expiry date, or it has some best before date. For certain products where expiry is not there, best before is given. So the packaging must have that ability to preserve the quality of the product for a given time period, and that is mentioned also, that from the date of packaging for say 3 months, for 15 days, or for 6 months, depending upon the type of the product, that packaging has its own role, that yes, it is able to preserve the product for a given time period. So keeping that in mind also, the quality of packaging changes. So if the product has to if the packaging has to preserve the product for long, of course the quality of packaging need to be strengthened, need to be improved. Then comes the next role, that it is helping customers to use products in a better way. By offering instructions, the packaging can tell the customer that yes, how to use the product in a better way. It is very much pertinent in case of medicines, where you are going to use the medicine for a given purpose, and it is giving you that those measurements, that if you have to use that medicine in a prescribed quantity. So those quantity meters are mentioned on the packaging, those signages are mentioned there, that yes, this is the way you have to use the product. So it actually helps you in using the products in a better way also. In case of beauty care products also, the same role packaging has to play. So my dear learners, you must be thinking that packaging has the role of packaging is not only confined to simply containing the product. It has multiple roles to play. As I told you, it promotes a company's image, it is offering the old product a new image, it preserves the product for a given or specified time period, and apart from that, it is helping customers to use the products in a better manner, or you can say in a desired manner, that yes, in this way you have to use it. So it becomes a guiding material also it offers, wherein the customer can understand that yes, this is the way to use this product. And of course, the new uses of old products are also being introduced by packaging, that in packaging it is mentioned that yes, these are the new or possible usage for the old products. So those new usages are also mentioned at times on the packaging. And of course, it has a role to reduce cost, increase sales and profits, because cost is going to be reduced while doing the packaging. If the packaging has to perform these many duties, then of course marketer is going to pay significant attention towards the costing of it also, because while doing so, we should not forget the cost content also. So packaging should be designed in such a way that apart from performing all these duties, it should have the ability to reduce the cost. And once you are able to reduce the cost, then of course your profit is going to be maximized. But yes, the packaging is having another role of promoting the sales, and that is being reflected in terms of increase in sales. And one more role which is very often quoted by many practitioners of packaging, they say that the reusability of the packaging, the container, is also becoming a motivational factor for a customer to buy a product, that yes, the package of this packaging can be reused for different other purposes at home, and for that they are buying those products. So apart from giving or giving these benefits, passing on these benefits to the customers, packaging has lot many roles to play. And now you must have realized that why this has emerged as the fifth P of marketing mix, that it has so many roles to play. So why not recognize it as another P in the tool box of a marketer in the name of 5 Ps. And this is why the packaging is being added as fifth P in the field of marketing mix. Now there are certain questions which a marketer asks themselves while going for packaging. So while planning the design of a package, there are certain questions which must be answered. The first question is, the package must protect the product against moisture, leakage and temperature changes. So with the change in temperature, whether your packaging has that ability to offer protection to the product against these points, that is called moisture, leakage and temperature changes, then of course you have to keep in mind, depending upon the type of product, that whether your product requires the safety or you can say the protection against these points, then of course you have to incorporate those protections into your product while you are designing your packaging. So the first question is whether it is having that ability, whether your packaging is going to have that ability to offer protection to the product or not. If not, then of course you will have to rework on that, and you will have to ensure that it must perform this duty, because this is a primary role of packaging. The second role is, the package must be resealed or closed after it has been opened. So you have to understand that whether it has the capability of being resealed or closed after it has been opened, that should also be kept in mind. It seems to be a very minor point, minor question, but it becomes very a major question when you talk about the products which are which need protection even after they are being opened. For certain medicines, it is being instructed on labels that after opening you cannot use it for more than 6 days or 7 days or so. So that package must be resealed or closed after it has been opened, and if not so, then if it is for single usage, then the size or quantity of the product must be designed in such a way that it is for single usage. But if it is for multiple uses after opening, then the packaging must incorporate or include the designing in such a way that it can offer protection for that given period of time. Now what other questions should you ask if you are the package designer? That depends upon the type of the product, the kind of product, the type of product, or of course depending upon the industry trend, or there are certain standard setting agencies also which are giving you the standards that yes, these are the basic information, these are the basic duties which your packaging must perform. So packaging should not harm the product in any manner, because it is in close contact with the product. So you have to ask these questions to yourself. Now when we had discussed about what is packaging, labeling, and what are the questions to be asked to ourselves when we are going for packaging, we need to understand what are the different functions of packaging. So the first question is, how does the package protect the product? There is a question that what kind of protection it is going to offer. It merely contains, see, it has to withstand humidity, puncture and damage. So it should have that ability that it should withstand these hazards. It can be humidity, it can be puncture, it can be damage. So you have to understand that it is going to offer protection to the product from certain environmental changes. So keeping that in mind, you should design your packaging. The second question is, how does the package protect the consumer? Of course it is tamper proof. It is tamper proof. When we are doing it tamper proof, the objective is that the product must reach without any tampering to the customers, so that there is no tampering done into that product. And that is why it is written on certain packaging that you should not accept it if that particular seal is broken. So the objective is to ensure that the product must reach the customers in the same manner, in the same condition in which marketer wants it to reach. So seal tops, child proof, tamper proof, all these protections are there in for the customers when it comes to packaging of a product, and that is why they basically they help in forming the image of that particular company or a particular brand, although it is being done subconsciously in the subconscious mind of a customer. It actually goes on, because the image ruptures once the packaging is not proper. If it is proper, the customer thinks that yes, since it is a good company and the marketer is concerned about the customer's concern, so they have designed the packaging in such a way that it is protecting, offering protection to the product. But where it is missing, then of course it is causing some harm to the to the image of the company as well, to the image of a brand also. And since it contains the product, it must have that ability of easy to carry. So no matter whether it is big or heavy product at a supermarket, they should be easy to carry. So when we talk about functions of the packaging, it starts from the basic function of offering protection and then reaches to the promotion of the product. You can identify the product, the packaging has the ability of offering identity also to a product. You can identify from the color, design, type, size of that particular product. Without even looking at the labels, without even reading the name, you understand from this color that this packaging belongs to this brand. So it is listing contents distinguishes the product from that of your competitors, and of course it is visibly promoting the product, stands out, catchy slogan, its uses, etc. These are basically the broad functions which a packaging has to perform. So as I told you, my dear learners, the packaging its role starts from offering protection to the product, and then it culminates after promoting the product and also the reusability of that particular product. So you have to understand that if you recall, how does McDonald's market the packaging of its Happy Meal? So they are offering some toys, some books, imprint of puzzle or game, just to give them a reminder that yes, it is being clubbed, being connected to that particular Happy Meal. So they are actually packaging their product in such a way that customers can recall. So there are resealable bags, there are butter wrappers with marked measurements, there are cartons with the spouts for easy pouring. So these are some examples of how packaging makes the product easy to use. So packaging material, and in all these activities the role of packaging material is very important, and we have to understand that why marketers are using paper and cardboard, because they are inexpensive, lightweight, fairly strong and easy to print on. And of course when it comes to sustainability and environmental concerns, the recyclability and biodegradability of that particular material also plays a significant role. So we have to understand that whatever material marketers are using, there is a reason behind that. Sometimes you have to show the product, so you are using transparent paper. Sometimes you are not supposed to show the product, so you are not using that see-through packaging. So we have to understand that packaging has multiple roles to play, and that is why the role of material and role of labeling plays a very significant role nowadays. And as I told you, that there are certain ecological concerns also, because plastic foam and the ozone layer is actually the key concern of marketers nowadays. So they must protect the consumer and their environment from the packaging, so they should not cause any harm to the environment by the way of their packaging. So they are using more recyclable products, and of course they have some promotional role also to play. So with this, my dear learners, I tried to present before you what are the different roles which a packaging and labeling has to play in the field of marketing, and it is being used by marketers as the 5th P of marketing. I hope you must have understood and enjoyed this very part of my lectures on packaging. Thank you so much.